when they show a lichen, they just show it going like raw, and then it like cuts like immediately. They don't really show them in full glory, I'd say.
We do still get some transformations.
We do, but I'm just saying like most of the. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching our 31 Days of Halloween. Today is October 17th, and we are talking about a movie called Underworld that came out in the early 2000s. This is a movie about a vampire lichen war. So, yeah, I haven't seen this movie since probably it came out, and I was kind of excited to see it. It definitely hit some of the main themes that we've been going about this 31 days, and I was like, let's throw it on the list. Let's see how it held up. And I was surprised to see that this movie is very, very good. The only issue I could even see with this movie is the pacing, because it's very slow. So it's kind of hard to like keep your interest because of the pacing is slow. That being said, all of the meat in this movie is good. This is a solid movie. Kate Beckinsale, I'm sorry, is phenomenal as her character, and her supporting cast is amazing. There's so many great actors in this movie. And you've seen this movie before?
I've seen this movie before. I haven't seen it in a very long time, so upon a rewatch of this movie, this was a great movie. It is, as CJ said, it is a slow burn, so I can see why people could probably lose their way in this movie, or not be focused on watching it because of that. But the story is really good, and it hits this mythos and of vampires and lichens, and it kind of puts a twist on it. We have Kate Beckinsale. She starts in the movie, and she gives you pretty much an overview of what's going on with the war. And we have her, and we have Lucian, which is supposedly he's like the head of the lichens, and apparently he's dead, but you find out that he's alive and well. And there's a whole conspiracy within the vampire nation, and Kate Beckinsale is trying to uncover what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you just get wrapped up in this insane story with also a very interesting plot twist with a hybrid, which is crazy. And then there's also her dad, Bill Nighy, which I thought was cool to see him in this movie. Again, a lot of these characters seem to consistently come back into playing in movies that involve vampires or werewolves, which I think is funny because Kate Beckinsale is also in Van Helsing, which we tackled, and which I thought is hilarious. And also Bill Nighy, I've seen him in other vampire movies. And also the guy who plays Lucian, he is, I know that he's liking Lord in this movie, but in Twilight, he's like the head of the vampires, like the overall head of the vampires. So it's very interesting to see these characters keep playing within the realms of vampires and werewolves. So I thought that was very interesting because I just never made that connection because I only saw this movie one time. This movie's aesthetics, I really love this aesthetics of this movie. As you saw earlier in our 31 days, we tackled the movie Blade, which is awesome. This kind of just feels like Blade again. Just not obviously not Blade, but it almost just the style feels very reminiscent to that movie. The clothing, the cosmetics, and even the filter that goes over the cinematography, over the cameras in this movie is very reminiscent to that. Definitely a very blue tone. And I thought that that was a very interesting choice, but it works because it makes this movie really stand out on its own as its own independent like franchise. So
Yeah, and it also fits color palette also fits the universe
yeah,
of vampires and lichens and whatnot, and the dark atmosphere. I thought the camera work in this movie and the shot selection was really good. We have a lot of panning shots in this movie. We have a lot of slow mo with how Selene attacks these lichens and stuff with the
yeah.
little blades in the beginning, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and I like the mystery of the way the cinematography goes because there are a lot of quick cuts too, especially with the lichens. I wonder if they did this on purpose or not. Because they show when they show a lichen, they just show it going like raw, and then it like cuts like immediately. They don't really show them in full glory, I'd say.
We do still get some transformations,
We
though.
do, we do, but I'm just saying like most of the action sequences like is very quick cuts, and but it works for the movie. It's not like it's not a negative thing. Um and I think when I watched this movie originally, I didn't like the way that the lichens looked because I'm a big fan of werewolves. And at the time, Van Helsing did come out. So I really liked the way that Van Helsing did their werewolf. And that was kind of like the way that I wanted werewolves to look. So seeing them this way, I kind of was like, I don't know how I feel about these lichens. Rewatching it 20 odd years later, like I like it. I think it's great. I think it's a very good aesthetic. I want to continue down this series and watch the rest of them because I don't think I've seen all of them.
No,
So
I haven't actually. I've only seen this one, and I'm very intrigued to watch the second one because I think it continues where the story leaves off in this one.
I think there's 4 or 5 of these movies.
Yeah, there's a couple of
So
sequels of this series and franchise, but it's got. I mean, it has a really backbone story to get along, with the hybrid vampire like and the whole story behind Celine's character and Victor and all that stuff. I mean, that's why I didn't really want to go into it because there's a lot to go into this movie because
yeah,
there's a huge plot to this movie and it twists several times.
yeah, but it's good. It's I think this is a definitely worth a watch, especially somebody who's a fan of vampires and werewolves. This is definitely something you should probably check out. So I think I'm just gonna give my review for this movie, and I'm gonna say, a, I think I'm gonna give this movie a 4, and that's solely due to pacing because I found myself slipping at times just because I was just like, oh my god, like, and that's the biggest negative. But I love the aesthetics of this movie. I love all of the cosmetics. I love the freaking early 2000s edgy leather suited people. I think it's awesome. I always liked like this came around the time that the Matrix Reloaded and Revelations came out. So um this was definitely right up my alley, piqued my nostalgia, and yeah, 4 out of 5, solid ass movie. Recommend it highly. What would you give this movie?
I'm doing this again. I'm gonna sit right alongside you on this one. This is a 4. Uh, and your gripe basically is what I have too. This is a slow burn movie. Everything else checks the boxes. I did not mention that I did like the sound design in this movie. Obviously, I have a
Yeah.
home theater with 5 points, so to utilize that sound, and it didn't disappoint. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a killer sound, killer track selection too. Um, it's good. It's a good movie. Let's do some fun facts for Underworld now. Because I'm curious to see exactly how many. Oh, dude, damn! There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sequels to this movie. 1 prequel, 3 sequels. Uh, Interesting. Okay. Days before its U.S. opening, the president of Screen Gems greenlit not only a sequel to the movie Underworld, but also a prequel. Okay, well, I just kind of like said that after seeing the number of tickets sold in Canada alone. Yeah, it's a successful franchise. There were no special effects used to deepen Kevin Grievous' Roz's voice. His natural speaking voice really is that deep.
Oh, the big
Yeah.
the big burly lichen.
Yeah. Scott Speedman suffered a concussion when a set prop that was supposed to be a piece of wall Victor had just thrown him through hit him in the head.
Ow.
Not only in this movie did Kate Beckinsale meet her future husband, director Len Wiseman, but at the time she was in a long-term relationship with actor Michael Sheen, who played Lucian. Michael and Kate share a daughter together who appears in the film during a flashback of when Selene was younger. Michael and Lynn have since become very close friends and have collaborated with each other on Underworld Rise of the Lycans. Michael and Kate still remain very close and both are raising their daughter equally. Kate has stated that Michael is her best friend and that they still remain very close. I don't know why this fact like reiterated itself so many times. Yeah, I get it. They're close. Like they're good co-parents. They're close. Let's see. In the newly released 2017 4K remaster of Underworld, the scene where Michael recounts the events of Sonia's demise when he speaks with Lucian in the film is replaced with the actual scene from Underworld Rise of the Lycans in 2009 instead of the original flashbacks used in 2003's version.
And I have that version, so I saw that scene.
Okay. Selene, the heroine's name, is the moon in Greek mythology.
Very cool.
The name Corvin, derived from Corvinus, is most likely a reference to Matthias Corvinus of Hungary, who was an ally of Vlad Tepes, the inspiration of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Nice. Cool fact. That's an awesome one.
The creators of the series approached Marvel Studios about doing a crossover with Blade.
That's hilarious.
That's funny and awesome. Wesley Snipes presumably reprising his role. Marvel declined, saying they wanted to leave the door open to do something with Blade on their own terms. I wanted to see that. What happened?
I would have liked to see that.
That would have been amazing. Come on. I'm let down now. I feel disappointed. The movie was essentially pitched as Romeo and Juliet for vampires and werewolves, which is the basic plot of this movie, like boiling it down to bones.
If you think about it in that perspective, yeah, I see it.
At around 24 minutes, the woman in the picture Selene finds is in Michael's apartment is the wife of writer Danny McBride.
It's not Danny McBride, the comedian.
No,
they're two different people.
Different Danny McBride. And let's do one more. Len Wiseman wanted David Bowie to appear as a vampire at the Vampire's Feast, but due to some time problems, it did not work out. It would have been an actor allusion to his role in The Hunger in 1983.
I wish David Bowie would have been cool, though.
David Bowie would have been awesome.
Yeah, you have him as a vampire. You have him as the Goblin King from Labyrinth.
Yes. You remind me of the Babe. We should do Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth's a good movie. Yeah, Jim Henson masterpiece.
Yes, that is a movie I think we should do at some point. So.
Some point. Look out for that down the road.
Down the road. Yeah, a lot of plans in works right now. So that's going to be it for our fun facts for Underworld. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button down below. And if you want to help us out, go to patreon.com/thecalvincam. join us over there in one of our tiers and become a patron. And also follow us on our Insta or TikTok. The socials are great. We love interacting with you guys there. It's a lot of fun. So go over there, follow us if you haven't, and we will catch you on tomorrow's episode of our 31 Days of Halloween.
See you then.